Hey, what's up, y'all? Obviously, I'm in a different location today. I'm in my room where I do all my drawing stuff. But see, today is day 24 in my porn recovery journey. And today was kind of more of a weekday, I'd say. It was kind of just like feeling like I have to do it. I have to do something. I've got to do something to like cure myself from boredom, basically. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but no, today was good. I did some running, so that was good. I went to the gym this morning too, so that was also really helpful. Just to be in a different frame of thinking and constantly being in the spirit. And in my quiet time today, I was in Proverbs 5 and just saying about how that like how wisdom's related to a woman and how to keep her close. And part of overcoming this sin is being wise and knowing where you are and what your triggers are and things like that. But just recording it, I know these videos don't get any views. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm doing it for myself, to record my story and make sure that I'm staying consistent with what I'm doing. So God can bless it however he wants to, but if this stays as it is with this channel and stuff, like, I'm content with that. But yeah, no, it was definitely more of a tiring day, but God still gave me that way of escape out of my comfort zone, and I took that way of escape and got out, and it's another day. That's good. And it's not always about considering like, oh, you got to be clean for a year straight for this girl to ever like you again and stuff. But it's like taking it day by day, you know, like choosing it one day at a time, and then the next day do it again, and then the next day do it again, and consistently choose purity rather than what the flesh wants. And that can be said for anything, not just lust. It could be said for, oh, well, my homie made me mad, so I'm gonna cuss him out. Like, no, God doesn't tell us to do that. And that comes naturally to us. No one taught us how to lie. No one taught us how to say hurtful things. No one taught us how to lust. It all comes naturally because our sin nature before Christ is what the flesh is still, and the flesh is what holds on to us. But one day, flesh ain't gonna exist no more, and Satan's gonna be in the lake of fire for all of eternity. So I can't wait for that day to come. I'm excited for that. But I want to share with y'all that when I cut things off with the girl, like I shared with in my past couple videos, that it sucked for sure. And then 3 days later, or 4 days later actually, she reached out to me. I think it was a Thursday night, and when I saw the text pop up on my screen, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, give me some time to heal, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, in my head, I was like, oh, she misses me and she wants to get back and all this stuff like that. And not really what it was. She was kind of just like, hey, let's just make sure we're on good terms and stuff. I'm like, well, time out, all right? Like, we just ended things because of my mistake, and now you're like, oh, let's be on good terms. Like, don't really make sense to me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just, I didn't really want her to reach out because I wanted there to be space between us for a good bit before I even wanted to be her friend again. And I told her that, and like I responded and said, hey, like, thanks for reaching out, but I just need some time away before we rebuild our friendship and stuff. And it's nothing personal, but I just need to heal, and I need to protect you from this sin that's still in my life. And I sent her a song because when we were talking, we'd send each other worship songs and other songs. She tried to get me into country, and I don't think I'm gonna break, you know. I like the music I like my worship music. I like some rap, I like some EDM, stuff like that. But no, she'd try to get me into country, and she'd send me songs and things like that. And then I sent her this For King and Country song. It's called Hold On, Pain Ends, and just saying about how, like, the chorus is breathe in, breathe out, I know it hurts now, pray through the waiting, hold on, pain ends. And in my view, that's how I was feeling, is that, yeah, it sucks that I can't be with you right now at least, but I'm praying and I'm doing the work that I need to do to cut this sin out of my life so that God can bring us back again in the future and bring us back. And she didn't take that very well. I'm gonna be honest. She said some very hurtful things, like when I said get back to how things were and make sure we're on good terms, I meant that as friends. And I meant that as friends too when I sent the first text. But she said stuff how like, I never want to try dating you ever again. And I'm not willing to wait for you to be clean for a whole year for this stuff. And I was like, hello? Like, had all the stuff we'd gone through in the past not meant anything? So that was just hurtful and stuff, because when we were friends after we'd broken things off the first time, because during the summer we were kind of iffy, but we broke things off once, and then when we were friends during that time, I would just be friendly to her and things like that. I'd just be like, hey, how you doing? Like, oh, your hair looks good. Like, how's your dog doing? Things like that type stuff. Surface level conversations, right? And she would take that as flirting. And it was just, it made me upset because I wasn't trying to be. I'd liked other girls at the time, so I wasn't trying to pull her. But she took it as flirting, and it was just like, come on. Like, why do you still care about that? Like, just let go. And so that's what I kind of feel like it's going to be now. We've talked a little bit at school and stuff, but yeah, it's just been kind of awkward and stuff. Thankfully, all my friends have been praying for me through it and stuff, and they were praying for me when we were moving into the dating phase, me and this girl, about how like everybody wanted us to work out, and it was really encouraging for me to see, because that I was getting kind of discouraged on waiting, and everyone was like, just keep praying, just keep waiting and keep trying, you're doing great. Like, that was helpful. And yeah, now that things are over for now, it's just like, it's just this weird tension. Because when I see her at school and stuff, it's like she acts like she don't know me anymore. And it's like, from someone who's still healing from that, it hurts a little bit to be like, well, I know you're having a hard time with this right now, but you're acting like everything's perfect. And it's like, it's okay to heal. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to grieve stuff. There's no right way to do any of those things. But you need to go to God through it. You don't need other guys. And like, this girl was talking to one of the guys, one of my best friends actually, for a little bit, for a couple days, about how she told me the night before we cut things off that that same dude made her feel really uncomfortable, and she could never see herself dating him and stuff. And then just like started talking to him and stuff at lunch and after school. And she was like, oh, I'll see you Wednesday. Like, who says? No one says that. Friends don't say it like that, you know what I mean? But she was just doing it to spite me, I feel like. And it just showed me that she's still broken inside, and she's trying to find ways to cope. But she doesn't need that. She doesn't need to be extra social with her friends and always need that attention. No, she needs Jesus. Like, Jesus is our Prince of Peace, y'all, and he's the only one that's going to bring comfort and healing into your life. So you don't need any other thing. You don't need social media. You don't need TikTok. You don't need any of that. You need Jesus, because he sees you where you're at. He always sees you. And the Bible actually talks about how Jesus prays for us and how the Spirit intercedes for us. So you're never alone. And I know it sounds cliche, and people say, oh, you're not alone in this, you'll be fine. But you're truly not, because Jesus is always looking down on you, even when you don't feel like it, even when things seem horrible and that nothing could ever turn out for good. He's always there, and he's always working. He never stops working, and he never will. And he wants the best for you. But you may be going through a time right now. I don't know if you guys are watching whatever you're going through, but Jesus knows, he sees you, and he cares about you, and he wants to help you through it. But it's a testing of your faith. It says in James, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, and that let that trial have its perfect result, completion and perfection, lacking in nothing. So count it all joy when you're in a trial, because God's using it for good. And maybe when a year rolls around and I'm free from porn, that God will restore me to this girl, and I pray he does. I really, really do, because I had a great connection with this girl, and I'd be happy to have a future with her, you know? And if you guys are ever in relationships, you know what that feeling is, that I could see myself living with this person and things like that. But no, the connection I have with her is way different than any other girl, and we were about to start dating too, and I feel like God's calling me to her still. But it's just this time right now, I need to let go, and I really need to lean into God, because I'm still immature. I still need to learn stuff. I'm always learning. I'm never going to stop learning. And I'd be really foolish if I'd say, no, I'm ready. I know where I'm at. Like, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But no, there's always something you can learn. And it's a hard journey, for sure. It's a hard journey. I won't lie. But it's what needs to happen. That I got close with this girl so that it would hurt for me to have to cut things off with her because of my mistakes and struggles with lust. And yeah, it sucks to feel and actually experience the consequences for your sin, but it's better to do it now when I'm however old I am than when I'm like 40, when I'd be like, if I was married to that girl and we had kids and we were like getting older and stuff and I was still struggling with that, like, it would be the same situation that she had to deal with her parents, that her dad was struggling with that stuff when they were married, and it would just be directly on her, and that would be like, she would be devastated to deal with that. So I'm grateful that God's teaching me that. It's just a little harder when you got to deal with it now and it doesn't, like, it's February, you know, like 2026 feels like light years away and all that, but God's gonna see me through, you know, and I'm holding on to that hope that, yeah, a lot of things can change in a year. God could bring another guy into her life, God could bring another girl into mine, but it's his plan that I want to follow. And I do still miss this girl, but I need to lean into God right now. And so I just want to keep consistently videoing. I'll make the video shorter. I know this one will be like 13 or 15 minutes or whatever, but I want to consistently do videos like these to update y'all on my journey, because it's important to do this. It's like a slap in the devil's face when he says, no, you can't do it, you're tired, you deserve to go look at these things or whatever, you've earned it. Like, that is not from God. It says in Matthew, if you even look at a woman with lust, you've committed adultery with her in your heart. So think about it, like, me struggling with this stuff, like, I've cheated on my future wife, basically, doing this stuff. So that hits deep for sure. And I'm going to be making some more videos about what to do if you've broken up with somebody and, like, things like that, and how to get out of temptation for sure, because there's a lot that the Bible talks about for that. So I'll be putting those videos out soon. But yeah, today, day 24, a little tired, but we're standing strong, and I appreciate the little bit of y'all that are following me through this journey, and I really do appreciate it. And I pray that God teaches you something through these as he's teaching me, so that us as believers can grow together, even though I have no idea who y'all are and you don't know all the details of my life, but it doesn't matter because we are all connected through Christ. So I love you guys so much, and I'll pray that y'all have a great night. Peace.